Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. So if we're going to do a video that I've kind of been holding off for some really odd reason, I actually got this working over winter break and I haven't made a video on it. I should have made a video. I regret not making a video at that time, but this is the dual Pentium Pro Progressive Technologies server that I got quite a while ago. I think 2 years ago almost already, maybe 1 year ago. I don't know. Maybe 1 year ago in December I think it was. So about 1 year ago, a little bit more than a year. This is, like I said, just a server. For those of you who haven't watched the video when I got it, it was a long time ago. I think I made the video right when I got it downstairs. It weighs, I don't know, maybe 60, 70 pounds with everything in it. And I've actually got it working. Now you notice the front panel is not on it. And that's because the hinges are just riveted on and they're really poor. And they bend a lot. So I'm going to just drill the rivets out, bend that piece of metal back, and put two screws in there and try to get them held together like that. Hopefully that'll work. But they did have it had 3 SCSI hard drives in it when I got it. I believe I don't know what they are. I don't know what the size of the SCSI thing is. But there was 3 in there, and I didn't actually have a SCSI card for it, because whoever did it, the guy I got it from told me he removed the hard drives, and he didn't. They just removed the card for him, the AdaptTech card, whatever was in there before. They left the SCSI cable, but they removed the card, which is kind of odd. Anyway, this is just going to be one whole video. I'm just going to show you guys what it looks like when I power it on, and then I'll go in the inside here. But I ended up getting a card for it, and then I installed a version of it. Actually, I was actually able to find out what was on the hard drives. And it was a version of Windows 2000 Server, I think. So I might have a video just when I did that. I recorded it with my camcorder, but it's upstairs, and I haven't turned on my computer for a while, so I have to update that a little bit. But anyway, I have to edit that video, finish it up, make it a little bit better. Anyway, I got it all plugged in here, so might as well turn it on. I've got everything hooked up correctly, I think. So, I think is the key word there, but it should work. There you guys go. I have no clue how much energy or how many watts this thing draws. I don't know. I think inputs 300 watts. I think the power supply is 300 watt power supply. So I don't know. But there you go. Pentium Pro. You could probably get in there. 2 processors. This is a tie-in motherboard. I think. I forget the model. I'll show you guys what that is. I've got a program on here installed, and that I was using for so I could install drivers. There's the AdaptTech card I've got, and it detects everything correctly, so it does work. Now you might notice I said there was 3, but I only checked 2. The reason for that is the hard drive itself is actually, let's see here, the hard drive itself, or the one that was actually the 3rd one, isn't working. The bearings are bad. It's not recognized by. It's recognized by the card, but that's just basically telling me the controller card work, or the controller on the hard drive works. It's not telling me the hard drive is actually functioning correctly. So, I just basically trashed the hard drive. It's still in there, but it's not plugged into anything. I think the only thing that's plugged in is a SCSI card or a SCSI cable, but it's not powered. And as you can see, we got 2 system processors right there, and 128 megabytes of memory. So, 128 megabytes of memory. So, I've just installed Windows NT Server 4.0 on this, which is more of what I would rather install in here. Server 2000 took like 10 minutes just to begin the installation, so I just trashed that installation. And it works the way I've got it now. So, we just got the screen resolution set to 600 by 800, I think, or is it 800 by 800 by 600, so there you go. 256 colors. It has a Matrix Millennium Mystique card, I think, in it. I don't know if the fans are powering down and spinning back up, or if that's just me hearing that. But there's a Q-tip down there. It's one of these cotton swabs, whatever you want to call them. That looks like I've used it for dust. But this is the program that I install in here. I found it. I'm not exactly sure if it's safe or whatever. I don't know. But it seems to work. I would assume it's so safe. It's not connected to the internet. So, I actually had a plan for this, and it's going to be a surprise if I can still do it. But I don't know how I'm going to get anything down here to use it. It did require the internet. It was going to be kind of cool, but I'm not sure. I might just buy a newer server for that. A newer, less energy, whatever. Less, a nicer server, a newer one. And just put like Windows 2000 server on it. But here you go. This is basically the only way I can tell you guys what's inside this computer, because I don't know exactly. So we can just look at that here. It's got a 4 megabyte video card in it, as you can see. There's the motherboard, chipset, memory, rest of that. There's the partition. That's the main one. I believe it's only partitioned 4 gigs. Okay, it wasn't letting me zoom out there. It's split right down the middle. There are 8 gig drives. I did have a printer hooked up to this, and that was actually a video for somebody I was going to upload on the channel. He was the Maritime Man. And he requested, I think, something like that, and I was going to do it, and I had it all working, and then now I'm getting paper jams, so I haven't worked with that for quite a while now. So, let's see here, processors. As you can see, it does detect 2 Pentium Pros, and there's all the information. I'm not going to go through this because I don't want it to take too long. So, like I said, basically everything's right here. Got a few devices and stuff. Nothing too much. Here's the hard drive controllers, or the SCSI controllers. Technically that's not SCSI, but okay. That ID one there. And it does have some network stuff, but I don't have the drivers installed for the Ethernet card, which is, I think, original to this computer. It was in here when I got it. Let's go into the start menu here. Okay. Open up Disk Manager, or Disk Administrator. And like I said before, you can see the hard drive is partitioned into 4 gig pieces. So we've got the hard drive split right down the middle. The other one is just a regular 8 gig drive that has not been formatted at all. And then you've got the CD-ROM drive, which works. It just doesn't accept burned CDs. It only accepts those regular non-burned once type thing CDs. So anyway, I actually destroyed the first version of Windows NT 4.0 I put on here. I actually had it installed twice. Technically speaking, 3 times on this machine. I had a version installed on the IDE hard drive that I was just testing it with, and I basically messed up the entire installation, so kind of gave up on that. That's weird, I can hear a noise. I don't know what that noise is, but whatever. Not a big deal to me right now, so that is that. Really nothing too much to explain about this. I mean, that's the free space in the hard drive. I suppose I could probably go into the properties here, but really nothing. Just named it admin. I just registered it to admin, so nothing, like I said, too important. Probably giving you away all my information here, but basically what happened before is the hard drive was split in half, and the boot file and the auto execute file was on another partition, which was like 4 gigs. And that was really annoying because that's just like a boot partition, and it's on a 4 gig partition of the drive, and I could not figure out why it did that. So, I don't know, it's something I did wrong or something along the lines, and I tried to move them, I don't know why I didn't think of this at the time, but obviously you're not going to move a boot file because it's not going to be able to find those when it's booted. So they were moved to the normal partition, and it destroyed, or I couldn't get it to work. And I didn't actually make a rescue disk for it, an emergency rescue repair disk, whatever it's called. So I ended up having to install a virtual machine on my computer, my main computer upstairs, and over like VMware, and then I downloaded Windows NT 4.0 Server Edition. I think I even took the same product key, and I had everything up there. I went through and mounted a blank floppy disk onto the fake A drive, and then I just wrote to that, and it automatically wrote to that on my desktop. I named it ERD, I think, and I made a disk, and it actually worked. And then I erased some important files like Win32 or something, and it just crashed. So I had to completely waste another 2 hours formatting one of the SCSI hard drives in there, and I had to reinstall it. So now that that's over with, it officially has Windows NT 4.0 on it, and it works pretty good, at least from what I can tell. So let's shut it down here. Does take quite a while to shut down. Probably use that time here to move some stuff around over here. Man, this is going to be a long video. Alrighty, I don't know if the side panel is going to come off. Looks like I have to get my screwdriver out. I shouldn't really record this part, but one-handed. There we go. I'm not a big fan of editing. So. Oh my gosh. My cat is bugging me. Screwdriver here. So, looks like one of those two. Wait, there we go. So, I need to stop rubbing on that. I can get in there, thank you. Alright. I also need to get a lock for the system. I almost forgot about that. I'm going to get the original lock. I'll try to get a locksmith or something to make the key. And hopefully I'll be able to lock it up when I don't want to use it. But here we go. Cord's out of the way there. My cable management isn't all too great. And please excuse the purring there. My cable management isn't all too great, but it's okay. There's the Antec power supply. Nothing really too much. There's the SCSI hard drives over there. The one on the top, well, you can't even see it, can you? Maybe I can use my flash drive here, or my flashlight. Alright, one back there that's not plugged in. You might be able to kind of see it. Can you stop bumping that, please? Thank you. One back there, this is a really bad video. One back there is not plugged in. So, that's all. It just sits in there. It probably doesn't really help with the cooling there. Can you not do that, please? Thank you. Alright. Okay. Anyway, there's the Adaptec card, and I ended up going through and adding some new blanks to the expansion slots back there. Really hope you guys can see that. And I'll get my little pointing. I just use my finger. Okay, so right there, that is the Ethernet card. Then we have the video card, and then above that we have the SCSI card. That's about it. That's installed in here. We do have a couple I/O type things, serial ports and a printer port in the back, and a couple serial ports. So if we look in the back here, wow, you cannot see that at all. I can pull it out a little bit and unplug it here. Go. In fact, I can probably just unplug this all. Alright, come on. Here we go. So here's the back of the system. If this thing would ever dark over here. There we go. Oh gosh. Okay. Shouldn't be this hard to do this. Alright, so there's the back of the system. There's the VGA cable plugged in. And like I said, you can kind of tell the difference between the regular slots, which are up there, the blanks, and then the lower ones, the expansion covers, I should say. The lower ones, I believe, say made in Taiwan, so probably from something different that are not supposed to be installed in here, but it doesn't matter to me, just as long as I got something to cover them for now. I'll replace those all probably later, so they're all matching. Starting from the bottom, we have an Ethernet card, which is a 3-COM card, I believe. There we have a VGA card, or a video card. So I think it's a, I already kind of said this. It's a 4 megabyte card. It's a Matrox card. Above that we have a SCSI card, which is the Adaptec card. Then up there we have the 5-pin DIN port for the keyboard, which is just like this. I've got a, I have a bit of, I've got a, geez Louise, I can't get this in camera. I have a extender on there because I couldn't get the cable to reach so far. So it doesn't have any PS2 ports on it. At least I didn't put any on there yet. And then up there we have the printer port, or I don't know if that's, I think it's just a printer port. Yep. And then we have the 2 COM ports right next to that. And then we have some empty expansion slots beneath that fan that are for, like, I think they're for, there's like certain types of audio cards that can go in there and stuff. I think it might be for something else though, not exactly sure. If anybody knows, let me know. Then we have the power supply, and then we have this red switch. I think that's a reset switch, or I think it's a fault switch or something. That's what it says in the on the cord that runs from that. It's not plugged into anything, so I'm assuming you could probably use it as a reset switch. Not sure though. There we've got the 2 power ports, one for the monitor and the other one for the raw wall plug. And I did replace the fan in there. The original fan quit working on me. It just quit working. Didn't even turn on anymore. So when it was, the bearings were good, I think, but the fan itself just quit spinning. So I ended up having to pop out my soldering iron, and I fixed that. And then all the other fans do seem to work pretty well. I'll show you guys one more thing on the inside here. If I can get this thing open again without knocking something over, like the keyboard. There is the tape drive, which I forgot to mention, and the floppy drive, which is above that. There's the 2, blocking the light here. There's the 2 Pentium Pro processors running at, I believe, 200 megahertz each. Somebody did ask me to do like 2, I think they were Pentium 2 overdrive processors, and I was gonna do that, and then I realized how much they were. They're like, I don't know where I could buy them, but I think they were $50 last time I checked. But they might be cheaper somewhere else. Not exactly sure on that. But like I said, other than that, just pretty basic components. It has 128 megabytes of RAM, and so I think 32 megabytes each. 32 megabyte sticks. And other than that, it works pretty good. If you want to know anything about it, there's some of the pieces that came with it that are broken and look like they have water droplet stains on them. But there's the board itself. It has, looks like it's got eight RAM expansion slots, and it just uses one of those Dallas RTC real-time clock chips. And thankfully, I haven't had any luck. I haven't had any bad luck with. Some people have them where they're soldered directly in the motherboard. Mine seem to be socketed, so obviously, I'm assuming you can possibly you can just change those out. Sorry about that. You can just change them out, but I'm not exactly sure on that. Other than that, it's basically the system itself. Pretty clean. Not too much changed on it since I had it, other than it's cleaned up, and it's basically pretty simple. There's not really too much involved, not too many expansion cards installed or anything, so just kind of simple, or whatever you want to call it. So hopefully I'll have another video up when I get the front cover fixed, and maybe the lock fixed here. Well, I can't even have the front cover better be fixed before I put the lock in. Anyway, otherwise it won't make any sense. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Actually, it's probably my first 19-minute long video. So, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully it'll upload to YouTube. And if it does, then you're probably watching it right now. So, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you guys later with another video.